53 because the 20,000 share buyer right there at whatever that was, the $0.50. Again, though, you can see it has tapped this 65 level again, but now I have the backstop right there at the $0.50. So I'm going to put the order at 65 to add and hold this for a second. There's 57, 58. Watching the tape for an ad, a breakback over 60. So there's green, I'm adding at 57 for the breakback over 60. There's 64. Taking a little profit at 64, new order goes at 66. I can add over 66. So from 39, the bounce off the volume weight average price with an add, not a bad trade. Up here, it's sort of a flat top, triple top at 64. It hit 65, but then pulled back. So let's look for another entry on this, maybe again in the 30s, volume weight average price, which is at 38. 16,000 share buyer there at 50, you can see on the bid. I can tell you that Lightspeed accepts international traders. I'm not certain about other brokers. So that bid there on BLNK, I'm back in at 52. So just buying that dip since the bid is still holding. Adding at 60. Now looking for an add over 65. And then a target of 75. So watching here 63 and then 64, 65. Wanting to buy this flat top breakout on BLNK, and then the target on a stock like this is 10 to 15 cents through that level. Adding there, there's 5 cents through the level. There's 8 cents. I'm taking a little profit. I wish it had gone a little higher. New order will be at 75. The high is 74. So a small breakout, but this is up 21%, 1.8 million shares of volume. So after that fresh break, the high was 74, but you can see it only held that level for a second before pulling back. It's starting to kind of curl higher. It's not going parabolic yet, but it's moving up. So I'd say 75 would be the next spot to have an order, but also to watch on dips. Maybe it comes back down to the $0.50 where we've got that big buyer. I don't know, but right now watching it, orders at 75. Now it's a limit order, so I can click the buy button right now and get filled at 69. Watching here, there's a seller at 70. And a reminder for those tuning in on Facebook and YouTube, if you guys haven't already hit the thumbs up, make sure you are hitting the thumbs up. Take 1 second to do it and subscribe to the channel. I'd really appreciate it. I don't run ads on our YouTube channel, so I don't get any money from YouTube. So I appreciate you guys hitting that thumbs up, and I know sharing it with some of your friends, so some of them might head over and become a student right here at Warrior Trading. High of the last 1 minute candle is 70, high of the current one is 66. It's coming back down just a little bit more. 61, 62. We can put a link in the comments for those that want to learn a little bit more about my strategy. So as it comes down, what I'm watching is, are we going to see that big buyer again? Back in at 66 right there. Clearly, volume coming in. You can see there's 73. I want to see 74. Orders at 75 to add. Break of 75, and then a squeeze up to 85.95, adding there at 75. So we're getting a little bit of action here, which is good. New order goes at 80. First 1 minute candle to make a new high was 66. That gave us a move to 78, so that's 12 cents. New orders at 81. $2 million shares of volume now. Taking profit off the table. Orders at 78. Watching for dips for the next trades. High volume is on green candles, as you can see here on those breakout candles. So I'll move my order to 70 to 80. I'll just put it up to 80. Watching pullbacks. This is on short sale restriction. It's hard to borrow. You can't use margin on it. We've got 13 minutes to the bell. And one of the things I would say about stocks like these is that sometimes it is just grabbing 5 cents here, 5 cents there, but continuing to take stabs at it, because then eventually if it keeps holding up, when we finally get the breakout, we can get a nice break. So high of the last candles in the like 74 area, so orders at 80. Seems like it's holding up here at 69, but I'd like to let it pull back a little bit. $68, $69. NAOV, I don't like it. It's too cheap and it's not looking that great. So here's a pullback on BLNK. You can see the red on the tape. But bouncing right back. I'll take a long right there, 71. Because it went red and bounced right back, that's actually a sign of strength. Now over 78 is the next adding there at 78. And now I want to catch this break through 80 up to 85.90. So watch the add over 80. Watching here, adding at 78. Target is 85.95. We've got 78 on the ask. Green on the tape. Want to catch that break through 80 and then up to 85, 79, 80, 81, 82. A little bit of a like not cleanest break I've ever seen, but taking my profit on it at 79 for now. New order will go at 80. What was the high there? 82. Yeah, so first candle to make a new high from 73 to 82. That was only 9 cents. So now it's starting to slow down a little bit. About 10 minutes to the bell. So as part of your pre-trading routine, you've got to ask yourself, did you eat well? Did you sleep well? Do you have a couple stocks on watch that you like? If you do, what's the condition of the overall market? Market, it's been a little cold, a little softer, but we've been getting some small base hits here and there. BLNK is up 20%, and although the cleanest move was sort of early on this first candle, it's been grinding higher. Now, sometimes when they kind of grind higher, what can happen is they accumulate a lot of buyers who are looking for big breakouts, but then when it doesn't do big breakouts, eventually they get kind of restless and you can get those quick flushes. So be careful as you watch it that there's some risk of a flush. On the other hand, if it does just kind of keep grinding higher and higher and higher, you could get that kind of capitulation point where all of a sudden people who have been accumulating short positions are just like, all right, I got to stop out. And people who are trading momentum to the long side are just jumping in because they don't want to miss now that it's finally moving. So I would say at the open, and we still have 10 minutes to the bell, but the pre-market high is 82. Daily resistance is not till 1018. So I'd put my order at 990, I guess, and I would watch it. If it comes back down, 48 is the volume weighted average price. It would be totally okay for this to pull back to the volume weighted average price, the VWAP. So what I might actually do is keep an eye on it around 950. 950 being where we had that big buyer previously. So that one's one to keep an eye on. I know it's not the leading gapper, but NAOV isn't one I'm really into. So I'm kind of leaving that one alone. So you can see how that candle dropped there to 51. I just want to see this. I didn't actually see 51 hit. I'm going to put an order at 50. Well, I'll just put it. I'm watching right around 50 because I want to see if that 20,000 share buyer is still there. So we've got 55 on the bid. And then I want to get in as close to that level as possible, but I didn't get an entry there. So NAOV is our leading gapper, yes. But it's a little on the cheaper side, right at $1. It's got 15 million shares of volume already, and it's kind of trading range bound. It's not moving that much. So if it breaks over $1.15 and looks like it's going to squeeze into a halt going up, I might jump into it at the open. I'll put my order at $1.17. So it's ready to go, but I'm not totally sure that that's going to be the one. So that one is a maybe. DTEA, also a cheaper one. Below the volume weighted average price, it's really pulled back a lot, so that doesn't look great. CVNA is too expensive. GameStop has always been a pretty thickly traded stock. It's not one that I really like that much, so I'm not sure about it, but maybe, it might end up making some moves. I'm just not totally sure. So that one I'm kind of not sure about. BLNK, we've already traded and talked about. I like it. BOXL, I don't really like that much. This one is a little bit, it's a stock that's just kind of had a history of popping and fading, and I'm not sure. It does have a $22 million investment, which is a good catalyst. So maybe I'll say on that one, if it breaks over $1.80 and $2, it's a possibility. So I can put the order up at 2, so it's ready to go. But ultimately, we're still in kind of a base hit market where, there's a couple trades here and there, but we're not seeing huge moves. We will, but right now we just got to be patient. So taking that 5-10 cents off the table instead of trying to go for a 25-30 cent winner, I think right now is the thing to do, and just keep booking those, kind of small profits. 1,000 here, 2,000 there. All right, so Sava, yeah, I made a move yesterday, but I'm gonna leave that one alone. So back to BLNK, 5 minutes to the bell. And a reminder, a couple things. For those, for those that are in the chat room that didn't see my cactus sweater or my cactus sweatshirt from last week, I'm going to give you guys the link here. I think most of you guys probably saw it, but I'll just give you the link there for anyone who might have been out last week. The woman who makes them lives kind of close to me, and she's made a custom checkout page for the adult sizes. She mostly does kids' clothes, which is how I found the pattern, and then I asked if she could make a matching one for me so I could be twinning with my boy. So anyways, that's there. What other housekeeping items did I have? On Facebook and YouTube, we're going to put some links down in the description for those of you guys that want to learn a little bit more about my strategy. I really encourage you guys, if you haven't already, to check out my book. Oh, that's a good drop on BLNK, so I wasn't looking at it, but it broke the volume weight average price. So check out my book if you haven't already. You can register to one of my workshops. We have a replay of one of the workshops I hosted this year that was a really good one. So that's available for you guys to watch, and just keep immersing yourself in the community, the education, watching the videos, and just trying to learn as much as you can. And yes, once you have received one of your cactus sweatshirts, which I know they're probably going to be, I don't know, a few weeks out, because she prints them and sews them based on orders. But once you get them, send us a picture of you wearing them in front of your trading station. That will be awesome. And you could always do a little video testimonial in front of your trading station as well. Those are always cool, especially wearing the cactus shirt. All right, you guys, so looks like we've got about 5,000 streaming on Facebook and YouTube, so thank you guys for tuning in. Hopefully you've hit the thumbs up and shared the video. BLNK, we got some nice trades on it, but it's starting to roll over. So, the tide goes in, the tide goes out. Now we've got to wait for it to change directions and start going back up. I don't really want to be trading it on the downside of this move. I would rather wait for it to curl back up. Yeah, I would also say the shirts do run a little on the small side. They're a little tight, so sizing up one might not be a bad idea. But it's whatever you guys prefer. All right, so yep, routing. I can use, I actually have a lot of routes that I can use. EDGX, BATS, ARCA, NYSE, NASDAQ, dark route, regular smart route. I alternate from time to time if I'm having issues with one, but you guys know that who have gone through the classes. 2.5 minutes to the bell. So with that, I'm going to put up my disclaimer as a reminder that day trading is not easy, in case you didn't already know. So make sure you manage your risk. Trade in a simulator before you ever put real money in the market, and don't blindly follow anyone, me or anyone else. It's just not a good way to just try to start your career as a trader. So be smart. We're going to keep trading here at the open. BLNK may give more opportunities, or maybe that just fades for the rest of the day and all we had was pre-market. But I'll say that this pullback is on light volume, which is good. So we may see more action in it. Be watching the high day Momo scanner very closely, and hopefully we do see some more opportunities. All right, so that's the game plan here with about just over 90 seconds to the bell. All right, 40 seconds to the bell. It's a good question on the hashtag. I will think about that. All right. So BLNK, gonna let that pull back for a second. NAOV halt level is 26. Huge sellers, 140,000 share seller at 19. 26 is the halt level though. If it can break 2019-20, then that halt level of 26 becomes realistic. So NAOV is a possibility, but we'll see. It's got to break through that big seller at 19. I'm not going to be too eager to buy this dip just yet. So sitting tight, holding my hands, waiting. $17 on NAOV. Watching long at 19 on NAOV. Just a quick trade. 19 to 20. Is it going to go through 21, 22? Halt level's now 30. Nah, made 125 bucks on it. That's fine. High is 22. It's just hard with this cheap stuff. Talking about 1-2 cents a share. High a day on NAOV is 22. I'll put an order at 23. Again, the halt level's 30. I'm gonna wait a second. We'll see. We'll see. No trade there. It's just tough on that when you're talking about trading a couple cents a share. Sava. Yeah, a little lighter volume, but a gap nonetheless. And the high a day is 11.25. High after hours was 11.94. PIX high a day is 47, but on that candle it dropped 50 cents a share. You can see there's a big buyer down there at 35. I'll take a starter at 36, but if it doesn't hold this level, I'll just jump back out. I'm just going to watch it for a second. I'd have to break back over 45. I'm just going to stop out of that. Yeah, take the loss. Sava. High is 25 there. BLNK, the low of day is 903. Yeah, it's not bad on CLSK. High a day on NAOV is 125. Another 200,000 share seller at 120, 170. I'm watching if it halts going up. Pre-market high is 129. Orders at 25. There's 180, 160. Another pullback. Up 100%. Watching 15, 14, 13, 12, long, 20. Bought at 20. That was a fast reflex jumping in. New orders at 24 to add. We hit a high there of 23. Now we're starting to see that curling. Watch over 23, 24. Watching to add. I want to try to get that break of the pre-market high of 29 and be in for it. Still holding at 20.